Hello, America, and welcome to...
You are an idiot!
You dumbass!
Ah, you fool!
Okay, let's go.
As to obstruction of justice, Mr. Mueller left it to Mr. Barr to decide after 2 years and all this time. He said, Mr. Barr, you decide. Mr. Barr did.
The special counsel's report goes on to consider whether certain actions of the president could amount to obstruction of the special counsel's investigation. As I addressed in my March 24th letter, the special counsel did not make a traditional prosecutorial judgment regarding this allegation. As I addressed in my March 24th letter, the special counsel did not make a traditional prosecutorial judgment regarding this allegation. As I addressed in my March 24th letter, the special counsel did not make a traditional prosecutorial judgment regarding this allegation. Instead, the report recounts 10 episodes involving the president and discusses potential legal theories for connecting those activities to the elements of an obstruction offense. After carefully reviewing the facts and legal theories outlined in the report, the Deputy Attorney General and I concluded that the evidence developed by the special counsel is not sufficient to establish that the president committed an obstruction of justice offense.
Number 4, the appointment of a special counsel and efforts to remove him. The report notes that President Trump called the White House lawyer Don McGahn and ordered him to tell the acting attorney general that the special counsel had conflicts of interest and must be removed.
There are a bunch of lawyers on this committee, and I will tell you the following. You have to have specific intent to obstruct justice. If there's no underlying crime, pretty hard to figure out what intent might be if there was never a crime to begin with. The president never did anything to stop Mueller from doing his job. So I guess the theory goes now, okay, he didn't collude with the Russians and he didn't specifically do anything to stop Mueller, but attempted obstruction of justice of a crime that never occurred, I guess, is sort of the new standard around here. We'll see if that makes any sense.
The FBI and local authorities say they stopped a domestic terror attack last week. A U.S. Army veteran is facing terrorism charges for allegedly planning to detonate an improvised explosive device in Long Beach. They say the 26-year-old was taken into custody after he received a fake explosive device from an undercover officer.
Number 8, efforts to have White House lawyer Don McGahn deny that the president had ordered him to have the special counsel removed. It was early in 2018 when reports began to circulate that President Trump ordered Don McGahn to remove the special counsel. Now we know that was true. The president did order Don McGahn to remove the special counsel.
I think this hearing today has been quite revealing to anyone watching it, although perhaps not for the reasons some of the Democratic senators intended. This March 27th letter from Robert Mueller, and it's an attack that I want people to understand just how revealing it is. If this is their whole argument, they ain't got nothing. So their argument is as follows, and let me see if I understand it correctly. You initially, when you received the Mueller report, released to Congress and the public a 4-page summary of the conclusions. Then on March 27th, Mr. Mueller asked you to release an additional 19 pages, the introduction and summary that he had drafted. And indeed, in the letter, what he says is, quote, "I am requesting that you provide these materials to Congress and authorize their public release at this time." And the reason he says it is that to fully capture the context, nature, and substance of the office's work and conclusion. So you did not release those 19 pages at that time. Instead, a couple of weeks later, you released 448 pages, the entire report, which includes those 19 pages. Do I have that timeline correct?
That's right.
So their entire argument is, General Barr, you suppressed the 19 pages that are entirely public, that we have, that we can read, that they know every word of it, and their complaint is it was delayed a few weeks.